Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. In this video we're going to take a look at what the Cardano price is doing and also what Bitcoin is doing. And to be honest, Cardano isn't doing that much at the moment, but it doesn't matter too much because I think it's very likely that Cardano will follow Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is currently breaking through a very important resistance level of 48,800 to the upside. Yesterday, you might remember, we already tried to break through. We actually did, but it was a fake out in a certain way. So we came back down again below the 48.8k level. I did say in a previous video today that, that long wick that we saw on the chart yesterday, and I'm just going now to the chart again, it could indicate that there were enough buyers there. The buyers are there, the buyers are willing to buy it for that price, but it was just the buyers were just not ready yet. Yeah, the sellers were still too strong. And I did explain in a previous video how that happens. Buyers jump in, important resistance level is broken, retail investors might jump in quickly, the fear of missing out really, fear of being too late, so they jump on the train. But of course the professional investors and traders, they know how that is happening. When there is something that obvious, like that obvious resistance line, then they can push the price down again. Then we have stop losses being triggered, and then the price is being pushed down. Even, we came back down to 47k after that breakout. But yeah, that was only a fake out on a daily at least. And now, however, we are pushing higher again. So the question is, are we going to really stay above that level? And it is such a crucial level. And I did say before, as soon as we push above that level, I turn from, let's call it bullish, to super bullish, because that is for me a confirmation that the correction is over. Now that needs to be a sustainable move to the upside. If we, if the daily candle doesn't close above it, I think it's not sustainable. That would have been just a fake out again. But at the moment you are breaking again to the upside. We've even come above that level already that we were yesterday. So we've just came up to 49.5k. And that is just important, and that is, I always said, the moment, and very soon I think I'm gonna put some more money into crypto, like above and beyond what I normally do on a dollar cost averaging basis, because that now, if that is sustainable, if I can see it, and I will let you know when I do it, if I can see it, then it is just a confirmation, and it's less risky to enter that long trade. You can obviously trade down here, you can do a bit of trading back and forth, and if you're good at that, that's fine. You can make money with it, but you need to be really on the spot. You need to watch the chart all the time. This is sort of another sort of longer term investment, not a long-term HODL one that I have in my HODL portfolio where I really dollar cost average in. This will be a trade where I then try to take some profits at the top of the bull market. So I will let you know when I get into that trade, and you can make a decision if you want to do it as well or not. But I actually wanted to do it for Cardano, but Cardano isn't there yet. Cardano, the chart is lagging a little bit behind, and we're going to take a look at that. But for the whole crypto market, that is such a crucial level here, which is why I cover it in this Cardano video as well. It has a lot of meaning for Cardano, believe me. And we can see the indicators turning bullish as well. All three of them here, the RSI, the MACD, and the ADX, all turning bullish at the moment. And the question is just, we need to wait that really here we have at least a closing candle, the 4-hour candle closes above the 48.8k, and the daily then ideally as well, because yesterday the 4-hour candle actually closed above that level, but then we broke down on the next candle. So you want, maybe on the 4-hour you want at least 2 candles closing below above that level, and certainly I think the daily needs to close above that level. That would be for me the confirmation that we have finally seen the end of that correction, and that's great. And until that happens, the likelihood still remains that we come back down once more. But as I said, if we stay above that level 48.8k, that will be, in my opinion, a longer term uptrend now. And in the first instance, I think we can get to the 53k. And to be honest, if we push above the 53k for Bitcoin, then we can get to the, what was it this year, the 64k, I think the high, 64k up here. And if we break above that, there's really, the sky's the limit, so that's fantastic, really good news, just breaking out, and let's just hope we stay above that level. And again, people will say, oh, did you not say we come down once more? Yes, but it is all about objectivity on this channel. I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen, but if you're still in that corrective phase, and if you know, based on the Elliott Wave method that we use here and everything, you know, it was more likely to come down than to go up. And then I said, you know, as soon as you break that level, at that point you can possibly enter a longer term or trade that is then where you are really, really on the safe side, you know, not 100% safe, nothing is 100%, but on the safe side to really see some nice profits going forward. And however, I just want to see that confirmation that we stay above that level. And Cardano following slightly here, you know, Cardano is really acting a little bit like a turtle. I must say that it is a bit slow, but we just need that patience with Cardano. You know, with Cardano, also historically, it has always been, there have always been long periods where nothing happened. And I think you can probably see that on the weekly here. There have been very long periods where nothing happened, and you can see that here on the chart, you know, all of that period, really nothing happened. And then we had here in that period, you know, various months, really nothing happened. Also here, really, we had that long downturn, but it was similar for Bitcoin as well, to be honest. So you just have these long periods normally after the hard forks anyway. And if we were going to zoom in, which I'm not going to do now, and have a look at when all the hard forks took place, after that you always had that period where just for a longer period, not long, but you know, for various weeks and maybe even months, just nothing happened, and we had that consolidation, and that just seems to be normal for Cardano. But then if something happens, you can make really, really nice profits and really nice gains. So that is why I think for Cardano, you know, people always saying, you know, this being disappointed, but then if you don't believe in the project, why would you invest in the first place? So for me, crypto in general is more a long-term game anyway. And I always read in the comments, all that trading around, you know, trying to trade on a daily basis or something, a lot of people just burn themselves, and that just leads to frustration. And on this channel, I just try to, I don't know, I can't give you recommendations, but I think it's a long-term game, and I can help you to maybe identify the areas when it is sort of safe to go into a trade, and then really make, you know, maximize maybe the best in terms of safety, reward to risk. And we try to maximize that on this channel, maybe going forward a little bit in more detail. Let me know in the comments if you want me to get more into that. But yeah, certainly we need to be prepared that for a long period nothing happens, but then suddenly we see these nice pumps, and it just means a little bit more safety and a little bit more patience is required. And if you want something like Shiba Inu or something where really there is a lot more volatility and more uncertainty as well, yeah, then but you know, go into it. But I think with Cardano we just need to prepare that you have these phases where for longer periods maybe nothing happens. So that's just what it is. And however, let's take a look at the daily here. With Cardano, we are still in the sort of bearish range, so the indicators are looking more bearish than with Bitcoin. Even though the MACD is getting into the green, we've made a bullish cross. However, the RSI continues to stay in the bearish zone here on the daily, and also on the ADX. We still have a short signal, so we wait for that long signal. I think, however, it's getting more and more likely as Bitcoin is going up. I think then Cardano will follow as well, and probably it will surprise us all because it will come unexpected. We are currently sort of caught in this triangle. Yeah, we are in this triangle. We need to break out of that triangle here. And I think we gave you the price target before, coming up to, I think, 265, depending on where the breakout will happen. If the breakout happens here, we could get up to 275, you know, and if it just happens here where the apex is, it will be like 263, 264. So it all depends on where the breakout will happen. And I think we can be certain that the breakout will happen to the upside if Bitcoin is pushing up. It would be very unlikely that if Bitcoin is going up, that Cardano will break to the downside. I mean, nothing is impossible in the crypto space, but honestly, I think it would be very unlikely, because typically Bitcoin moves ahead, then Ethereum follows, and then Cardano follows very closely, sometimes really at the same time, sometimes with a lot of lag, and at the moment we seem to be lagging behind a little bit, and that's fine. And we saw that when we, you know, end of July, we really moved to the upside very strongly. It took a while until Cardano caught up, but it did. And you all know that Cardano went to really nice levels from $1 to $3.10 in just a couple of months. So that was really nice. And just have a bit of patience. I mean, I can't give you any recommendation. If you want to move out of Cardano now, that's fine. But I think on the other hand, it's probably a good time to buy now. if you want to hold it long term. And again, it all depends on the strategy. I think these are good prices at the moment. I buy it on a weekly basis, dollar cost averaging, and I will enter a, let's call it a shorter term long trade as soon as we hit, I think, get above the 265. That is what I will do. And yes, people could say, you know, at that point you already missed a lot of the potential profits. Yes, that's true. But on the other hand, it will be also much safer going into a long trade up here, in my view, because then at some point I think the sky is the limit. And if we get up here, for me, it's much more likely that we continue the move to the upside. Then it's down here where we could come down once more. And you know, that's why I run two strategies in parallel. One where I really hold it very, very, very long term, where these price fluctuations really don't matter at all. And then one where I want to take profit at the peak of the bull market. Right, so and that's what we are. You know, we are in this triangle at the moment, just waiting to break out really, and just waiting, I think, for a bit of certainty about what Bitcoin is doing. I think the whole focus at the moment is on Bitcoin. People want to see what Bitcoin is doing, and you know, it's not only us here on this channel who identify the 48.8k level. I think it's pretty much the whole Bitcoin world watching this 48.8k level. It's a very obvious one, which is also why it is so hard to say what's going to happen, because everybody's watching it, everybody's looking at it. But yeah, it's looking good at the moment, but I just want to wait a few more hours and see the daily candle close above it. I think then, you know, we really have that decision. And as I said, it is decision day today for Bitcoin, it seems. You know, if we push above that level, that will be the decision that we are going to move up going forward. So a very important level. And that is, just to make it clear, that is not a level like down here, you know, where we just had a resistance level of 44k. That is a very, very crucial level. I can't stress that enough. It's a very, very crucial level that determines if that downtrend is happening going forward, or if the downtrend is finished, because this is the on the Elliott wave model, you had the A correction coming down here, the B wave up here, and the C. And you always do this A, B, C typically in a correction. And when we come back above that B wave, then that is typically over. Then the correction is typically over. So that's why I'm quite excited at the moment. But I was excited yesterday as well, and we came down once more. So it is interesting. It's just good. It's just exciting, and that is what makes it so interesting to make these videos as well. And I can't wait for Cardano to break out, and it will always come when it is not expected. So let's just have a bit more patience, and of course no financial advice. But I'm going to hold on to my long-term portfolio anyway. And as soon as I enter a, let's call it above and beyond long trade in my trading portfolio, I will let you know. If you want to know, then let me know in the comments, and I will make sure that I will do a video as soon as I do it, and then you can decide if that is for you as well or not. Hopefully that video was useful. If you liked it, please smash the like button, and if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, then please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.